What is good? I'm drinking my favorite can of matcha tea. This is absolutely not sponsored. I just really love this particular brand. It's by Rowdy Mermaid Adaptonic Matcha Yuzu Sparkling Immunity Tonic with reishi mushroom and beta glucans. It's actually really good. Okay, so I'm just gonna sip this for 1 second. All right, I'm baked. I'm baked. I decided to do this today. It's been a very long, hot, and sticky week here in New York City. My air conditioning is broken. Not just one AC, but two. I have two broken ACs right now that I am running intermittently so as not to flood my home and so as not to break them even further. So I says, how am I going to carry on the rest of my day in a sane way? And I says, I'm gonna get baked. And not only am I gonna do that, but I'm going to do that and answer your questions in real time that you have sent to me on my Instagram story, because I really just wanna see what we find and see what I can answer for you. So I don't know where this is gonna go, but happy to have you here with me along on this beautiful elevated journey. Cheers. Okay, so I'm gonna pull up this IG. I hope these are good. I hope they're good. That's all I gotta say. There are some questions I'm gonna put my head through a wall if I have to answer again. Cool, this is a good one. Number 1, are you afraid of anything? Yes, of course, I am afraid of things. I'm a person. Okay, so my biggest fear in like the whole wide universe is probably like not living up to my full potential, like not living to my maximum potential. Like that is what keeps me awake at night, but that's also like what keeps me going. And just kind of like having the realization several years ago, like in a very profound way, that like I'm the only one who's responsible for how I do in my life, and I want to live a certain life and certain lifestyle and be and do and act a certain way and all of that. And it's like, you know, it's all on me. So holding myself accountable for that is my biggest fear, hands down, just not becoming the most evolved version of myself. And number 2, there's 3 things here. Number 2, terrified of sharks, and not like logically, like in theory, if I were to go scuba diving and I know that there are sharks there, but they only are like plant eaters, cool, like that's fine with me. For me, it's just more like the carnivorous sharks I am terrified of. And yeah, I don't know, the thought of like just being in a shark cage where there's great whites around, I think I would pass out underwater, to be honest. So that's number 2. Number 3 is heights. And I didn't realize this about myself because I'm pretty adventurous. I love to just go out and explore and do crazy things, and like I love roller coasters and all that. But I went on this massive Ferris wheel in the middle of Las Vegas when my best friend was out there, and she's like, let's go on this Ferris wheel. I was like, sure, no problem, like let's do it. And it's like a gnarly Ferris, like you stand in this bubble and you're like, it's like a big room that you're in, and and that's like one bubble of it, and it's comprised of multiple bubbles, obviously a Ferris wheel, and it goes so high, I had a panic attack. I had a panic attack, and like now I notice it's like if I watch like a movie or something and there's like characters like hanging off of a building, like even watching that, I just like get the heebie-jeebies. So yeah, I'm definitely really afraid of tall heights. Excuse me. Carbonation. Okay, do I have anything in my teeth? Okay, we're good. Do you think that social media makes us feel bad about ourselves sometimes? Oh my God, yes, absolutely. I am constantly checking myself like throughout the day to make sure that I'm good up here if I've been spending a good amount of time on social media, because I think that it's so easy, especially like Instagram, it's a whole visual thing, and I'm a very visual person. It's very easy to get sucked into it and like the mindless scrolling, and then like finding myself, and I've done this too, I think everyone does this, finding myself just feeling really bad about myself, because maybe even like subconsciously I'm comparing myself to other people, even though I'm on the back end of it as a creator, and I know what goes into like the airbrushing, the curating of content. But even knowing that, it's hard when I see it. I'm like, oh, I'm so far behind in my life, and like, oh, I need like a Botox, like just stuff like that. It's so easy to do that. So for me, I think, yes, I do think it has the ability to make us feel bad about ourselves. However, I think that we can combat that with a sense of awareness going into it, and just being mindful and just taking note of how you're feeling. This is what has helped me. Take note of how I feel with everything that I see, and be very picky and mindful about the content that I follow. So for example, on Instagram, like I follow some colleagues of mine that are, you know, friends, but even so, like basically any accounts that are like inspiring or providing me valuable information, or that are just like uplifting overall. If something is uplifting and makes me happy, like I'll follow it. If I got a negative Nancy, Debbie Downer, like people just complaining, or just like content that I don't care about, I mute it. And I do that. And I also noticed that on social media, I live by this rule of thumb as well. I practice the art of feeling happy for other people. Let's say there's someone who's my exact age who just bought like this mega mansion that's like the most beautiful home I've ever seen. I practice the art of being like, wow, like good for them, that's amazing. If they can do it, I can do it too. Just more of like that perspective. If I find myself not quite there yet, and this has been a work in progress, but if I find that I'm looking at someone, I'm like, oh, I'm so jealous, like I can't believe how come them and not me, if it goes down that slope, I will mute them for the sake of my own sanity, until I can get to a place mentally where I can say I am happy for this person. By the way, when you get to that place, that's when more of the good stuff comes your way, because the universe is always providing. Amen. I'll do one more. Last one. What is your eating habits for amazing, basically, what are my eating habits for my amazing figure? Thank you so much. Yeah, so I've touched on this before. Physique overall, it's 80% diet, 20% working out, and I do work out consistently, but diet really, like, and when I say diet, it's not I'm on a diet, it's what you are physically, what am I eating? What are you actually eating, right? So for me, I have found that, first of all, I'm vegan, just personal choice. I function better that way. I feel lighter and more energy that way. So I live by whole foods plant-based, which basically means very, 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 very minimal packaged or processed food, right? I think I eat like some protein bars here and there. I'll have protein powder every day. That is one of the things. And so I just eat natural food, like fresh vegetables, like fresh produce, dairy-free, like probiotic yogurt, just basic stuff, you know, vegan protein powder, bean pasta, lentils, chickpeas, hummus, like, you know, I get like mixed nut butter to get the healthy fats. So I'm really micromanaging my nutrients throughout the day. I eat a full spectrum of produce, so I get all the different colors. Same with the fruits. I eat berries every single day. Yeah, overall, just keeping it fresh, keeping it light, keeping it real. That's really what does it for me. Personally, I have 3 normal sized meals a day, just like regular meals, and then I'll have like 1 to 2 snacks. So I'm honestly eating like all day, but I'm more so, it's like lower in calories, but still healthy, still filling, and still satiating. So I hope that was helpful. Definitely, by the way, I definitely indulge. Like, I'm strict, but to a degree. If someone's coming over to my house and they bring me a cake, I'm eating a piece of cake, you know, and then I'm just kind of like watching myself for the rest of the week. But I enjoy myself too, and that's the other part of the whole diet thing. Like 80% of the time I'm eating super clean, super well. 20% of the time, like, yeah, I'm gonna have a White Claw, I'm gonna have 2 White Claws, like I'm gonna have a piece of cake, like I'm gonna have like half a bag of pretzels, which is what I've been doing for the past 2 nights. So never perfect, just always like aware. And that is all I got today. I think this was a great little chat sesh. I think this was a great reprieve from the crazy ass week that I've had. And I'm definitely gonna do this again. So thanks for hanging in. And please subscribe to my channel if you want to be the first to know when a new video drops. And I'll see you on the internets, friends.